I can't remember when exactly I first read The Sisters Brothers, but it was pretty soon after it first came out in Canada. And without being a revisionist and without projecting, I genuinely thought at the time that someone had written a book purely for the Coen brothers to make a movie out of it. And why wouldn't they? The Coen brothers thrive on making unconventional stories into films. I mean, it seemed perfect. They've even made a Western recently. As it turns out, the Coens did not make this film adaptation. That honor goes to French director Jacques Audiard. It stars John C. Reilly, Joaquin Phoenix, Jake Gyllenhaal, and Riz Ahmed. Charlie and Eli's sisters are a pair of hitmen in the Old West, following the orders of a man that we know only as the Commodore. The Commodore sends these two brothers on a mission to kill a man named Herman Kermit Warm. The plan is for them to go meet John Morris, another employee of the Commodore, who's being ordered to befriend Herman and stall his travels long enough for the hitmen to catch up with them. As you can imagine, things don't go as planned. This is one of those movies driven purely by the characters rather than the plot. There also isn't that much at stake. Maybe there's a scheme which will work out, maybe this person will die, maybe that person will die, but it's never given too much tension in the film. And just like a Coen Brothers movie, it could end with all the main characters dying and it wouldn't really matter in the grand scheme of things. So, we're left with the characters, and the talented actors hired to portray them. Charlie and Eli's sisters have an interesting, if predictable, dynamic as brothers. Eli is introspective, Charlie is a hedonist. Charlie is temperamental, Eli is calmer. Charlie doesn't think past day to day, Eli is obsessed with the past and the future. But the dynamic works in the film, so I won't complain. The one thing that surprised me was that Joaquin Phoenix was playing the closest thing to comic relief in the movie, while John C. Reilly is the straight man. And for the record, I don't think Reilly is a bad actor, but I'm not used to him playing the most dramatic role in a movie. Even in films like Magnolia or Gangs of New York, there's a natural comedic element to his serious performances. And meanwhile, the last time I saw Joaquin Phoenix play a violent simpleton for laughs, it was the worst performance in an Oliver Stone movie. So it's nice to see him improve on it this time around. Meanwhile, John and Herman's relationship is good, though nothing particularly exceptional in terms of storytelling. Reese and Jake are great actors and they do a good job with what they're given. There just isn't as much to say about them. Sorry. And in case you're curious about how the film works as an adaptation, it does a good job. There are a few things which got cut from the story, including the most memorable subplot involving Eli, so that's a shame. But on the other hand, the movie's ending actually improves on the book's ending, so that's something too. I never thought the movie was particularly inaccurate to how the book felt. It captures that same spirit and meandering character focus, but the problem is that it feels kind of average. There's nothing bad at all about the movie, but aside from some amazing camera shots, there's nothing particularly groundbreaking either. Everyone does what they can with the story, and you either like the characters or you don't. That will make or break the movie for you. And unfortunately, it seems to have fallen on an unsympathetic audience based on its box office. But I don't regret going to see it. We don't often get movies like this anymore, and if nothing else, it's different from what we can expect nowadays.